Alright, I wanted to do the March update of my coconuts. I had waited a little while because I got a couple new ones that I'll show you guys. This is the Fiji Dwarf right here. It's been doing pretty well. This leaf, it curves out and it hangs really low, and it's due to the fact that during the winter it got cold, so the growth that was produced during the winter is usually pretty weak in the spring, so it doesn't stand upright. It's a little deficient too. You can see the yellowing on the edges. That's normal. The new leaves after that, this spear should start looking a lot better, which that spear is probably about over 2 feet long. It's down there. It's growing pretty rapidly, probably at a rate of almost an inch a day. I had marked one of the spears. It was doing really well. Still recovering. Hopefully by July we'll have a nice full crown on it. You guys can see the base down there. Some of those older leaf bases starting to die off. You can see the spear in there. There's the full picture of that leaf. Still growing, but you can see even some of the leaflets are just weaker. They just bend out. It's not because they're broken, it's just because the growth is weak. So that's this one. And then I got 3 new ones over here. I got on the right, that's a Panama tall. These are babies. They're literally sprouts. They're probably maybe a couple months old, maybe 2-3 months at the max. They're really small. And then the two right beside each other, they are Jamaican talls. So they're all talls. It was either going to be 2 Panamas and a Jamaican tall, or 2 Jamaican talls and a Panama, which is what I went with. I ended up choosing while I was down there. I also uploaded a couple short videos of the coconut palms in Naples at one of the beaches. Some really nice specimens, so you guys can check those out too. But I got these 3, and the reason I've put pine straw in their pots this morning is because I have a problem with some of the rodents around here digging into the pots. The last Panama tall I had, I ended up giving it away because it was becoming such a nuisance that they were digging in the pot, and they had dug down to the root system, and they had cut out several of the main roots. So I didn't have a way to stop that at the time. So I'll be mulching my coconuts with pine straw. I'm hoping, so I just kind of stuffed it down around the pot. Hopefully that'll prevent them from digging down into the soil and hurting the roots, especially with the Jamaican talls, because the root system is really sensitive. If you ever do any root pruning on that, I've heard that they've died from being transplanted. Any root pruning or harm to the roots at all, they don't recover from it, they just die. So really sensitive palm. I wouldn't plant it in an area that you plan on digging or have any digging that's going to be around there. So if you ever do get a Jamaican tall, just know that the roots are really sensitive, kind of like a Bismarck palm. Panama tall, I don't think it has that weakness, but so they're all nice young trees. The coconuts are quite large. They're probably, because these are 3-gallon pots, and you can see each of those coconuts are pretty large. So I'll be looking forward to seeing these grow this season. I'll probably upgrade them to 7 gallons here probably in the next month or 2. And I'll take you guys over to see the red spicata. Okay. Now you can see I've started to mulch them with pine straw, because I've also had a problem, especially with the spicata. Every morning I'll come out here after I water, and there'll be several holes dug from the rodents around, especially by the trunk. They get pretty close to it, and it's a bit of a nuisance. So I just mulched a thick layer of pine straw down there. It looks quite nice. And you can see down there, yesterday I trimmed 2 of the lower fronds off. They were pretty much dead. They were really yellow and dying. I cut half of that one off. It was brown. It was rotting because of the cool weather. It's a lot of mold spores on it, so I just took that half off. It shouldn't harm it. It's got new growth coming out pretty quickly. New spear opening up. So that one's actually it's around 4 feet tall now. It's got some really nice growth to it. You guys can see really nice color. And of course, the trunk down there starting to get a little thicker. So it's always a good sign. I'm pretty sure we got a new spear that should be coming up really shortly. It should make its appearance in the next couple of days. But other than that, it's recovering from a little bit of the winter spotting. So this one is probably one of my favorites, although the talls might quickly become my favorites. A lot of people don't appreciate the tall coconuts. Everyone wants the dwarfs, because the tall ones, nobody wants to get up there and do the trimming and harvest them from such a height. But there's nothing like a classic tall coconut palm, especially because the talls, they develop a lean, so you get that like classic lean of the coconut palms. They'll do that even if you plant them straight. So I'm quite excited for my tall coconuts, because I have Fiji dwarf and this dwarf red spicata. I want some talls. I'm gonna put them back there. I'm gonna remove those trees and put them along this fence. So a lot of work to do, but I'll probably put them in there next spring. I'll grow them in pots until then. I'll probably put 2 back there, maybe 1 up front where the rainbow is if I remove that. I'm still a little undecided on that. But the tall coconut palms can also bounce back better from the winter. They tend to, especially when they're older and they're more mature, they'll bounce back quicker and they'll handle the cold better. Because most of the coconuts that you'll see in Central Florida that have been here for a long period of time, they're all talls, or at least have some tall genetics in them. Like a Maypan or something is a hybrid between the Panama and the Green Malayan. So your tall coconuts have a better opportunity for surviving in zone 9B for a long term. But I mean, the spicata's done really well, so I was actually quite pleased with it, because the reds and yellows really take the cool weather. They take more of a hit than your greens. But that'll be this coconut update, and I'll probably see you guys again either in April, or I'll wait till the end of May, which will be I've had the spicata and the Fiji for a year, come at the end of May. So I'll see you guys in the next update. If you guys have any questions, just put a comment below the video and I'll answer. See you guys in the next update.